We were sitting one day having lunch, and Stanley pointed at the floor and he said, "There's a bee on the floor." And I said, "Yes, sir, there is." And Stanley said to me, "Will it sting me?" Because Stanley worries about things like that. And I said, "I don't think so, Stanley. Looking at it, it looks almost dead." So then immediately Stanley began to worry about the bee, that it might be almost dead. I stood up merely to have a closer look at it, and he said, "Sit down, Ian, don't kill it," as though anybody who belonged to the Labour Party in Britain would stamp on bees. So with great bravery, Stanley got up and went and got a dome of crystal and a card, and he manoeuvred the bee, which was sort of underneath here, and he said, "Stay here, Ian, don't follow me." He went out into the herb garden, and about 10 minutes, I got on watching CNN, and about 10 minutes later he came back proudly and he said, "Ian, I found a place for the bee." So I felt a bit mischievous, and I said to him, "Stanley, you know, it's September, and it gets very cold at night." And he looked at me and he said, "Do you mean you think the bee will die?" And I said, "It might, Stanley, outside." He said, "You've made me feel guilty now. Stay here, Ian." So off he went again. 10 minutes later, he came back with the bee, still lying underneath this big dome, and said to me, I found it." And I was reflecting, this is what Warner Brothers is paying vast sums of money for, you know, this comedy going on. And Stanley said to me, what do you think bees eat, Ian? Maybe honey? Oh, this is undoubtedly untrue, but so we went off to search the larders and found a big pot of honey. Stanley scooped out a volcanic mass of honey which went underneath, and then we had to search empty rooms for about 20 minutes until we found a dark empty room to put this dying bee under its giant crystal dome with its volcano Mount Etna of honey beside it. And then we got on with the story.